Hello students. In previous scene we read that after wrestling match, Orlando and Rosalind, Duke Frederick all dispersed from there, and after their dispersion, both cousins Celia and uh, Rosalind, they are in the palace and they are talking. And what is their talk, what do they do, and what is their plan, what they are going to do, we will read in this scene. And Celia says, why cousin, why Rosalind, Cupid have mercy, not ever Rosalind, not want to throw at a dog. And Celia, no, the words are too precious to be cast away upon curse, throw some of them at me, come lame me with reasons. And see here that Rosalind is said, she is not speaking, she is silent, and looking her condition, looking her sad mood, Celia asks her, Rosalind, why don't you speak? You speak some words, and she says that I won't speak anything. And then she says, Celia and ask her, but is all this for your father? And Celia says that are you worried? Are you sad for your father? And the Rosalind's answer that no, some of it is for my father's child. Or how full of breeze is this working day world? And Celia, Rosalind, I could shake them off my coat. And then they take that there are the thorns in the world, and if we move there, they catch us. And Rosalind says that I would throw them out. But here, the what we say here, the actions of Frederick, her uncle, are really harmful for her, and she is unable to do anything. And then Celia says, come, come, wrestle with the affection. And Rosalind, oh, they take the part of better wrestler than myself. Good wish upon you will try in time, in despite of a fall, but turning these jets out of service, let's talk in good earnest. I mean, their talking is going on. And then, yes, there, when these both cousins are talking, Duke Frederick enters there with his lords, and he says, Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste, and get you from our court. And Rosalind, with surprise, she asked, me uncle? Duke Frederick, yeah, you cousin. Within these 10 days, if that you be is found so near our public court as 20 miles, you dies for it. Dear students, nowadays the exams are, most of the exams are objective. I generally say these things in my videos. So please you be aware about the facts wherever you get in the text or somewhere. You mark them, you try to learn them, so you will be able to attend the questions. How many days are given by him? By Duke Frederick? 10 days. He says that Rosalind, within 10 days you leave this place, leave this palace, or be away from my court. And after that, if you are seen nearby the court, nearby the palace, you will be murdered, you will be killed, you will be punished. And hearing this, Rosalind say, I do beseech your grace. She says that I request you, I earnestly say you, to be kind towards me, and let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. And she says that, what is my fault? What wrong I have done? For what you are punishing me? And with you read all these lines, what argument she gives, what reasons she gives, how does she ask the questions. And then Duke Frederick answers, thus do all traders, if their purgation did consist in words, they are as innocent as great self, let it suffice thee. Right? And he says that all traitors behave in, okay beta, all traitors behave in same manner, and their way is always deceiving. And then Duke Frederick, you are and then Rosalind says that yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. She says that yes, you distrust on me, but your distrust doesn't make me a traitor. I am not a traitor at all. This is said by Rosalind. And then Duke Frederick says, "You are the father's daughter. That's enough." And he says that your father is a traitor, and you are his daughter. So it is enough for you to be called a traitor, and for this you will be punished. And then Celia intervenes there, and she said, "Dear sovereign, hear me speak. Let me speak." And Duke Celia, we wasted her for your sake. Else had she, with her father, ranged along. He says that, "Celia, because of you, I allowed her to be in the palace. Otherwise, she might have gone with his father. But now I won't treat her. I won't accept her in the palace." And then Celia says, "I did not then enter to have her stay. It was your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young that time to value her. But now I know her. If she is a traitor, why so am I?" You see the love between these two cousins, Rosalind and Celia. She favors Rosalind and she says that if she is a traitor, I am also a traitor. I know her well. And we are a pair like Juno's swans. It is biblical symbol, biblical metaphor. Juno's swans. These swans never departs, never go away from one another. And Celia compares herself and Rosalind to Juno's swans. And then Duke Frederick also uh, says to Celia that her innocence, her pity, her silence, everything goes against him, and people are feeling pity for her, feeling kindness for her, and because of that, he won't allow her in the palace. And they all, the discussion goes on, and at last, uh, Celia and Rosalind decides to leave the palace uh, in disguise, and Celia takes the name as Elena and Rosalind as Ganymede, and Ganymede a male attire, and Celia is like a country lass, a country girl. And with this, both these girl start towards forest of Arden. And we see students that in the forest of Arden, Duke Senior is already there, and now these two girls also start their journey towards that. And some important lines are also here. You mark them that, and therefore look, you call me Ganymede, and but what will you be called? Celia says, "Something that has a reference to my state, no longer Celia but Elena." So you see who gave the name. I mean, Rosalind gives the name herself Ganymede, and Celia also gives the name herself Elena. So this might be asked again, that who gives names Elena? So Celia herself gives name Elena, and Rosalind gives herself name Ganymede. And at last, lines spoken by Celia are important here. "He will go along the wide world with me, leave me alone to him, woo him. Let's way, get our jewels and our wealth together, devise the fittest time and safest way. And in this way, to liberty, not to banishment." And this girl, Celia says that we are going to take liberty, we are going to enjoy freedom. It is not a banishment, it is not an exile for us. We are going ourselves together. So in this way, Rosalind and Celia also starts their journey towards the forest of Arden. People are going one by one towards the forest of Arden, and with these words, with this scene, act first ends here.